Hi guys, today I am Eamon every day. But today I'm going to talk about the 6 Principles of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. Okay, so the first law is receptivity. The old saying holds very true in this case. Treat other people how you want to be treated. How you treat other people affects how they treat you. It's all cycle, right? The example holds very true in this case. You smile at a stranger, they'll smile back. Unless they some mean Russian man who showed no emotion. But no, they most likely smile back. And a key to this law is you always have to go first to increase the likelihood of what you want happening. So you always have to say hi first. You always have to compliment first. You always have to engage in conversation first to increase it happening. Okay, so the second principle is consistency. And consistency comprises of 3 parts. People are so much more likely to do what they have done in the past. People are so much more likely to agree to something that fits with their moral standards and their value system. They are also so much more likely to agree to something that they have verbally affirmated or written down. How you can apply this to social dynamics is to continuously just put a frame on someone that kind of fits with their own value system of the self. Be like, put a frame with someone, oh, you're such a good person. You're such a good person. Don't just say it like that, but like, disguise it, I guess. I don't know. Make it very genuine, but continuously put that on, and eventually they'll fall into that frame, right? And then there's you positively manipulated them. Then when you ask for a favor, they're so much more likely to help you out, right? Yeah. Also for business and marketing sense, I'll give you an example that was put in the book. So a restaurant had a cancellation rate of 30%, right? And they had this same old, after they booked their order, they had this same thing that said, "Oh, just call if you want to cancel, please, thank you." Right? And they had that for 30 years, never changed it. So what they did, they just changed it by 1 word, and that made a crucial amount of difference. They said, "Will you please call us to cancel your reservation, sir?" And they waited for them to agree to say yes. And as soon as they did that, as soon as the person affirmated it, they're so much more likely to do it. And cancellation rates dropped by 10%. So it's a very important principle that you can apply in many ways to your life. So the third principle is social proof. Basically the wisdom of the herd. People will follow the wisdom of the herd so they won't get ripped off and they know it's safe, right? Exactly like social proof. So say if you personally have good social proof, or your company does, people are so much more likely to hop onto that because they know they will get ripped off, right? And I'll give you an example of it in a Beijing restaurant, right, in China. So what they had on the menu was they just picked a bunch of mundane food items that weren't selling well. They put them all into like the popular picks or whatever on the menu, right? And sales grew by 13 to 20%. And so that's a very good example of positive manipulation. Like it isn't, and it's completely truthful, right? And it's just, people will always follow where everybody else goes because they know it's safe, right? It's a very powerful concept that you can apply to a lot of ways. Okay, so the fourth principle is liking. How people like you. People are so much more likely to agree with you if they actually genuinely fucking like you. They appreciate you as a person. So that comes to the big question, how do you get people to like you? There's lots of ways you can do this. First off, you want to have good intentions. You don't want to like do anything maniacal. You want to be genuine and be positive, be genuine, full of energy and stuff like that. You want to show your vulnerability, because if you show your vulnerability, people will show their vulnerability too. And you guys will make a connection. You guys will be so much more comfortable around each other. Also, you want to like self-amuse and stuff like that. Make sure you're always in a good mood, because if you're in a good mood and you talk to someone, you're gonna bring their mood up and you're gonna bring their mood to your mood. It's all through the law of state transference, right? And I would say just talk and talk and talk. Talk what you want to talk about. Talk what you're passionate about. Keep it in social context normally, right? And ask them questions, stuff like that. But mainly just talk about yourself, because if you just talk about yourself, you're gonna talk. You just make so much more confident. That's so much easier to talk to somebody, right? And like the first law, go first. Okay, so the fifth one is authority. How much you know in a field. Not like an evil dictator, like, ah! No, but like how much you know in a specific, certain field of knowledge. You always want to start off talking just like that, because start off talking like, oh, I'm an expert in fruitology, right? Because if you do that, people will be so much more willing to listen and to take your information in, right? Compared to someone else. You probably notice your dad will say give you the exact same information as Tony Robbins, but you're so much more likely to listen to Tony Robbins just because of the authority he has on the subject, right? And you kind of think your dad is full of shit. Okay, so the sixth and final concept is scarcity. It is a commonly used marketing technique to create scarcity around the product. Say, oh, if you don't purchase this product in 24 hours, it's gone from the internet forever. You know? So you can use it a lot in social dynamics and persuasion, right? Like scarcity of yourself, like you're one of a kind knowledge, one of a kind person, right? Or scarcity of your time. You will only do things per se in a certain time frame, but like you'll be like unavailable, stuff like that, right? Scarcity of that. And so yeah, those are 6 principles. I hope you enjoyed this video. That is all today. Thanks for listening.